Okay, making another video about stuff I'm going through and what's been happening lately to me. Um, anyway, yeah, so anyway, I've been going through a lot of crap lately, and it's been so frustrating. You know, my family has been, a lot of them are kind of sick and tired of me telling them how much I hate not being able to take my driving test. Thank you, occupational therapist at the VA hospital, for that. Thank you. You don't have any idea what you're talking about because you don't realize that I'm as good as I was now when it comes to taking the test as I was, the driving test from Sanford, as I was the first time I took it back in November when I was living in Lisbon, having everything taken care, almost everything taken care of for me. You know, I had almost everything taken care of, but yet, you know, and I don't have any, almost every, I've got a few things taken care of for me now, but I'm taking care of most of it myself. You know, you know, um, I'm doing the cooking myself. Sometimes not the greatest. Well, there's a Twizzler that probably shouldn't be having, but you know, if I wanted to, I could go to the store and buy some in Lisbon anyway. Um, but anyway, I don't buy these too often anyway. So anyway, let's see. This is just ridiculous. I have so many family and friends. My last girlfriend, you know, or when I talk to them, or they're like, well, maybe you shouldn't drive, you know? I mean, I know if I should be, you know, I know if I'm up to the point where I should drive or not, you know? And all, you know, even my family members, you know, some of my family members didn't want me to leave Lisbon. You know, they were like, but Nate, you get everything taken care of. Yeah, but I don't need to. I can do it myself. Why in the world would I want to live somewhere where I can have everything? I'm paying somebody to do things for me when I can do it myself. Why would I pay somebody to do that for me? You know, those of you who wanted me to stay, can you come up with an answer? Why would I want to pay somebody to do something for me that I can do myself? You know, yeah, I'd like you to answer that on the below this in this video. Tell me why I should pay someone to do something for me that I am perfectly capable of doing myself. You know, if you can't answer, then I was right to leave, to be back on my own. But you know, man, this is so frustrating. Oh my gosh, this is frustrating. You know, when you have a stroke, you gotta fight your family and friends even. over some things. They want you to be taken care of, and you can take care of yourself. And they aren't going to like it when you try to do things for yourself. You know, so you got to fight your family and friends to be able to do that. You know, there are people like the occupational therapist in the VA hospital here in Fargo who doesn't think I should drive. Well, I got to fight her to be able to take the test, not get my license back. Just take the test. She's like, oh no, you shouldn't be able to take the test. You know, I'm the youngest person they've ever had to deal with who's had a stroke, and they are determined that they are not going to let me take the test, you know, if they can help it. If she can help it, that is probably never going to happen. You know, but I see the doctor on Wednesday, you know, and I'll tell the doctor, I'll say, look, I've been driving around my dad's farm and on the country roads close to my dad's farm, and nothing has happened. You know, I drove their car, I drove their pickup, and nothing has happened or almost happened to me when I've done that. Okay? So then why shouldn't I be able to take the test? The driving test. You know, why shouldn't I be able to take it when I can drive on country roads and be fine? But oh no, I can't do that. Oh my gosh. You know, this is just, oh man, this is frustrating. You know, when you have a stroke, you know, there's a lot of people in your lives that they don't want you to do almost anything for yourself. They'll tell you all day long of things you can't do. Oh no, you can't do that. You had a stroke, you can't do that. It's like, oh my gosh. They don't understand. They totally don't understand what you're capable of doing and what you're not capable of doing. You know, they don't understand that at all. You know, the occupational therapist at the VA hospital, it's like, come on, just give me the test. That's it. Just give me the test. If they say I'm not good enough to pass the test, I will accept that if I do the same thing that I did the last time. And they say, oh no, that I don't, you know, if I did the same thing that I did the last time, if I drift a little to the left, you know, which is always a bad thing when you do that. And I do mean that politically as well, too, as well as driving your car. Then fine. If I fail because of that, fine. I'll accept that. I'll go, hey, I screwed up. I blew it. I had the chance to pass the test and get my license back, but I blew it. You know, I blew it. I will accept that. Not being able to take the test is something I do not accept. Okay? I do not accept. I don't know what I did to make the occupational therapist upset, but I did something wrong, you know. And she is determined to not let me drive, not let me take the test. Oh my gosh. It's like, why is she doing this to me? Why is she like, I don't want him to drive as long as possible? You know, I think she has made that up in her mind, and oh man, she doesn't understand. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people in my family are just perfectly happy to have me walk around and ride the bus everywhere I go. They're perfectly happy. They don't have to do that, you know. Man, they're fine with that. They're okay with that. They're like, okay, no problem, you know. Oh man, they're like, oh, but you get more exercise that way. Well, I would rather get a gym membership, you know, one in which there's places here in Fargo, and if you put $10 down and $10 a month, you know, you can work out on several things inside. You don't have to walk a mile to Cashwise. You don't have to walk, you know, maybe a mile and a half or 2 miles to West Acres. You know, I wouldn't have to do that then. If I had my driver's license, I could just get in my car and drive there. No problem. I could drive to a lot of places to work if I wanted to. You know, that would be fine. But as long as, oh, I was going to call her, going to say something about the person at the occupational therapist that's keeping me from driving. But then again, if she ever sees this video, then I would never be able to drive if she had her way. You know, I mean, driving around in my dad's pickup and car, you know, my parents' car, around my dad's farm and the country roads were near my dad's farm. If I was gonna have a problem then, you know, then I would think that maybe the occupational therapist is right. Maybe I shouldn't be driving. You know, if I almost drove off the road, ooh, whoa, that was close. Yeah, just choking on some licorice. Eat the last piece and not eat another one would be a good idea. You know, wash it down with some enhanced water. Okay, there we go. See, I sound better too. Oofta. Man, that was scary. But anyway. I've done that before I had the stroke. I've done that a few times before I had the stroke, so it's not because of the stroke that I've done that. Anyway, yeah, you know, people do not understand what it is like to have had a stroke. They do not understand how frustrating it is to have to deal and have to fight every day the rest of their lives. Okay? You know, and the things you fight are your own body. You know, your mind wants to do things, but your body says, no, I don't want to do those. So you got to fight your own body to be able to do those things. You know? And then on the other hand, you got to fight your family because they're like, oh, no, 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 you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. No, 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 no. You know? And you're like, I can do it. Okay? I can do it. But they don't want you to. They think they're doing you a favor by saying no. It's like, oh, they're not doing you a favor. You know, the person who is determined not to have me drive is not doing me a favor. Okay? If I was a crappy driver, something would have happened to me when I was driving on my dad's farm or on the country roads near my dad's farm. Something would have happened. If it had, then I wouldn't be so ticked off about not being able to take the test as I am. You know? I would say, well, maybe she's right. Maybe I shouldn't drive. Maybe I shouldn't drive. You know? But that did not happen. That did not happen. I did a fine job driving my dad's pickup and my parents' car, you know, around the farm and around the country roads near my dad's farm. I did fine. Didn't have any problems. Didn't have any accidents or near accidents or anything like that. I did perfectly fine. But yet, one person is keeping me from being able to take the test to be able to drive again. It's like, what? And she has not said not one word about what I have to do to be able to do that, to be able to take the test. You know, what do I have to do then? Pay someone to go through driver's ed rehab, you know, to be able to do that, you know, but they don't have that. They don't have driver's ed rehab at Sanford either, or at the VA hospital. It's like, what the crap are you trying to do? Why are you trying to make this difficult for me? You know, if I pass a test, then fine, give me my license back. You know, if I don't, I'll accept that too. But don't just say, oh no, we're not going to give you the license. That I don't accept. You know, that is something I'm not going to accept, and I am going to fight and fight and fight to be able to do that. You know, if you have any idea, you know, but, oh, she's just so determined. You know, but anyway. Oh, I'm tired. tired of this crap. Tired of this crap you gotta put up with when you have to have a stroke. Oh, man. People who never had one don't understand. They don't get it. You know. Oh.